9th, live from 5 to 7 p.m. with an immediate encore presentation from 7 to 9 p.m. We've got a lot to talk about.
First things first.
First things first, it's the DU General, Money B. I'ma put you up on the schedule, 6 to 9, 8 weekdays, not 2 and 7. Let's go. We got a lot to talk about, so much to pedal through. Unapologetically progressive. Tune to KBLA 1580 to get the mess. We're your ancestors' favorite radio station. First black on talk radio, left side of the nation. Me and Dominique DePrima go way back. Smiley making sure the station stays black. Discussing all the issues in our community. We're hosted black and brown and others find unity. So let's talk about it. Maybe we can improve it. Digital underground, always down with the movement. So we tune in. The first things first with the queen of black talk radio, Dominique DePrima. Go sis.
First things first.
KBLA Talk 1580. Good morning. Happy Monday. God bless. I'm Dominique DePrima. This show is First Things First. My first thing today and every day, giving thanks, giving praises, asking for blessings from the Most High, asking for the blessings of the ancestors, the elders, and let's go. Happy September 25th. We do have a lot to talk about. The first hour, we typically look local. Often we have a partner in politics. Hour 2, we also sometimes have a partner in politics, and we look national, international, and beyond. Hour 3, we do a deep dive with a person or persons of interest. Sometimes we hit a hot topic. And every hour of every day, you are invited into the conversation. 800-920-1580. 800-920-1580. That's the number. And I would love to hear from you all the time. It's a special day around here. Well, every day is a special day around here, but it's Black Marriage Monday. Yes. So that means in the third hour, we get to talk with Aize and Ayana Ma'at. They're both certified marriage counselors, family therapists. So even if you're not married, as I am not, perhaps you would like to learn how to do better in the relationship you're in or the one you're hoping to manifest. They are so awesome, down to earth, common sense, and you could even apply some of their, I'm going to call it wisdom to your relationships with other folks, work, kids, extended family. So Black Marriage Monday, always a beautiful thing. We have Mindful Mondays with Sahara Ali. That comes in the second hour, top of the hour, some short form programming, a guided meditation, an affirmation to get your week off to a great start. So we got a lot to talk about. And our partners in politics this week, this day, I should say. Well, before I get to today, let me just also say that I am so excited about the week ahead. We just have some really great shows coming up this week. I know I often don't do that. But tomorrow we're doing the first thing in the morning, deep dive on this rent relief program that the city of LA has for you, how to get it, how to, who's eligible and all that. Then I'll be doing Talking Point Tuesday with one of my Republican friends. He is a friend. He is a Republican. I just did air quotes because friend and, you know why. And then we'll be hearing from the deputy mayors of public safety and the deputy mayor of community safety. Yes, indeed. Just really great shows. Top of Wednesday's show, we'll be going in on juvenile justice and what's going on here locally with youth incarceration, the youth rehabilitation piece. And then we will have Reverend Mark Thompson Matsuela Mapfumo on to talk about the art of activism and the continuing work around voting rights. We will take on the topic of immigration and white supremacy on Thursday in the final hour of the show with Baji, Black Alliance for Just Immigration Executive Director, also attorney Nana Gyamfi, and Dr. David Turner of Black Lives Matter LA and the 1 Million Hoods will join us. Top of that hour, just amazing shows. Judge Songhai Armstead will be with me Friday, and we'll be looking at this whole situation. It's a new era of no bail here in Los Angeles County. She'll be sharing about that, and also the Justice Care and Opportunity Department, a very important brick, a new department that's a very important brick in this wall we are building called Care First. And, of course, Ed Sanders will be joining me. So an amazing, amazing week ahead. Now from the Black Worker Center, LA Black Worker Center, organizer with them, Jeremaiah Gordon is joining us. Good morning.
Hey, how you doing, Dominique?
I'm blessed. How are you?
I'm great. It's good to hear from you.
Yeah. So, this is seems to be a summer, a fall, a year that's all about the worker. We've got strikes going on nationwide, and one of the things you do as an organizer is particularly focus on the issues and opportunities for Black workers. Do you feel like this? Well, they were calling it a hot labor summer, but it's already almost October. Do you feel like this climate, this sort of wave of strikes that's going locally and nationally is benefiting Black workers, or are we being left behind in these negotiations?
So, first of all, I brought two members with us today. I'm not sure if they're on the call or not, Julie and Sam. So I hope they're...
we'll get to that. Typically, I don't have my guests booking guests without letting me know, but we'll get to that. So why don't you just go ahead and address what we're talking about, and we'll bring them into the conversation as we come forward.
Okay, I appreciate that. So, yes, with the hotel strike in particular, we worked with Unite Here and also Lane, and we have been involved in several strikes, attending the strikes and protests that they've organized. And a lot of their workers are Black that are at the forefront of leading that cause. So a lot of their workers are, a lot of their workers that they have used to use their stories have been Black. So I don't believe that Black workers are being left behind in terms of the strikes that are going on. But here at the Black Worker Center, we're more focused on trying to create opportunities for Black workers, because historically unions have been anti-Black. But I can honestly say that, like, at least in LA, organizations and unions are putting Black workers at the forefront, using their stories to advocate for workers and their rights. So I believe in the city of LA, at least, unions and organizations are putting Black workers at the forefront to try to make sure that they're not left behind. So I've seen it firsthand.
That's good news. I think it's also partly due to the kind of organizing that the LA Black Worker Center does. I like to start with good news first thing in the morning, 6 a.m. on a Monday. Talk to me about the kinds of things that LABWC has going.
Yeah, so right now we're currently in our 1,000 Strong campaign. 1,000 Strong is a campaign that we started back in around 2018 that we're trying to put 1,000 Black workers into public sector jobs. So whether that's the city, the county, the state, we are trying to funnel these opportunities for Black workers specifically because public sector jobs have been so helpful for Black workers. So historically, Black people have been sanitation workers, have been clerks with the city. and they have been able to, buy houses in the city of LA. They've been able to take care of their families just throughout the decades, at least in the city of LA. And we know that. We actually worked on a research project back in 2018 that showed that how beneficial unions and public sector jobs are for Black workers. So with that being said, we understand how beneficial and how vital it is for Black folks to have public sector jobs. So we have successfully placed roughly around 40 to 50 Black workers in city jobs. We worked with SCIU 7-to-1 to really be intentional about how we place these people in the jobs, how we train them. We put people through our Ready to Work program so we can be able to train folks, give them the certifications they need to be successful in their jobs. And like I said, in this past year, we successfully placed roughly around 40 to 50 Black workers in public sector jobs.
40, 50 placed, but 950 to go. But I know that but that represents progress. I mean, we hear the mayor of the city of Los Angeles constantly talking about how there are all of these city jobs that are going unfilled, and how she is working to tear down some of the obstacles that have traditionally prevented Black and BIPOC and even women workers from applying for those jobs. So I would imagine that creates an environment where it's more likely that 1,000 jobs initiative can come to fruition.
Uh-huh. Yeah, most definitely. And we're working with the city of LA specifically to place 200 Black workers by the end of December of 2024. So the city of LA has been very helpful for us to try to place these workers. We've also been working countywide. Right now, we're working with the city of Long Beach to go ahead and try to also place 200 Black workers in the city of Long Beach with their mayor. So, we're trying to make sure that we not only are organizing around these efforts, but we're holding our public officials accountable to make sure that we maintain and prioritize Black workers in this labor fight.
All right, we are right in the middle of a couple labor disputes right here in the city of Los Angeles. Want to talk about those, and we'll meet your friends. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that when we come forward. Happy Monday. We got a lot to talk about. You're invited in, 800-920-1580, KBLA, Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
August 24th, 2023, drone created for eBay. Ad ID EBPA0265000. Spot title, Are We There Yet? 30 seconds, radio full mix.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
She's so smooth, so... I'm interrupting my own shower to remind you to treat your skin like the queen she is with Olay Hyaluronic Body Wash. Packed with Olay's highest level of vitamin B3 complex. It's so moisturizing that it will give you visibly smoother, head-turning skin in just 14 days. People wondering, how'd she get so smooth? Olay Hyaluronic Body Wash. Also, try Olay Hyaluronic Body Lotion.
In Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, children are the future. Here, tobacco companies are committed to higher education, offering scholarships to students who submit essays about the benefits of vaping. The tobacco industry even sponsors summer camps for kids. Don't worry, the tobacco-sponsored programs have been linked to leaving your kids more interested in smoking. In Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, the world's deadliest industry is your child's friend.
See reality at undo.org.
Dominique DePrima for KBLA Talk 1580. Are you worried about your credit score? Well, look, you can rebuild it. There are lots of factors that go into determining your credit score, but one of the most effective ways to improve your score is to consistently pay your bills on time, over time. If you're forgetful about payments like me, try automating your bill payments. That way all your creditors get paid on time and you'll have freed yourself of trying to remember. Whatever your financial goals, U.S. Bank Access Commitment Initiatives can help support you in reaching them. Access your financial goals at usbank.com/access. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When my family does Walt Disney World Resort, we do it big.
Bippity boppity big, like Cinderella Castle.
Uh-huh, big, like those juicy turkey legs from Gaston's Tavern.
It doesn't get any bigger than the Tam Tam Drummers. Get it, Grandma.
Yeah, and big like Goofy's kicks. Yup.
It's your world, so do it big at Walt Disney World Resort.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. Of course I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser Sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
Venture X from Capital One is the travel card for people always asking,
where next?
You earn 10x miles on hotels and rental cars, and 5x miles on flights booked through Capital One Travel, and 2x miles on everything else you buy with Venture X. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Your ancestors' favorite radio station, and your favorite morning show host. Let's get back to Dominique DePrima right now.
Right now is LABWC joining us and rolling kind of deep here this morning. It makes sense. It seems like we may have a deal. We'll find out soon enough. Happy Yom Kippur, by the way. It is the deadline today for those who are members of the Screen Actors Guild, SAG-AFTRA, to vote on whether there will be a video game strike in addition to the actors and the writers. And, we're voting on that today. I would be really surprised if that doesn't happen, with the actors voting 98% to strike. And video games have some of the worst conditions of any entertainment situation in the entire entertainment sphere. Meanwhile, we're hearing that the writers may have a deal, and it seems like the writers may have gotten most of what they wanted. We don't know the details. We probably won't. There's a bunch of boards that have to vote on it within the WGA, and then the writers get to vote on it. But the word is that they reached a deal Sunday night. Of course, actors are still on the picket line, so till we come off the picket lines, Hollywood's not going to be back to business as usual. But it's good news, because if the writers got a decent deal, it's likely that the actors' deal will follow, because a lot of the same issues are on the table. AI snuffing us out, fair streaming residuals are issues that cross both unions. How do you feel about this, Jeremiah, just in terms, it's been a long strike with I think it's 145 days for the writers. And it's been kind of a little toxic, the way that some of the rhetoric that's gone back and forth, especially coming from the producers. How are you feeling about this from a standpoint of a labor organizer?
Yeah, I love seeing, people get together and advocate for their rights, right? I love to see. We've had a few people in the past, not currently, but in the past, who have been a part of the Writers Guild, who have been, actors, actresses, writers, who have been a part of the Hollywood scene, and they've come out, and they told us, during our organizing efforts around a campaign that we worked on a few years ago, just about how Black workers are treated in Hollywood. And honestly, Dominique, it's a quite a bit scary about how Black people are treated. Just hearing the stories. So I'm happy to hear that people are organized around these efforts. And I do see a lot of Black actors and actresses and comedians come out and talk about it, like Cedric and Tachina Arnold. I just hope that they really prioritize Black workers in that, because a lot of our folks are being discriminated against on a day-to-day basis on those sets. So again, I'm happy to see it, but I really hope that they're also prioritizing Black people and hearing their stories.
I've lived that for sure. Well, I think, we'll see, because folks had deals canceled or suspended and all kinds of stuff. A lot of Black people seem to be the first ones in line to lose those deals. But at the same time, there's a backlog. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of productions that need to go and get caught up. Go right now. And then on top of that, one of the issues, which I'm not sure how they've resolved it, and we'll find out as we get the details of this deal, has to do with how many writers are in the room, how many writers get hired to work on shows. If the writers got their way and increased the number of creatives in the space, that would be good news for Black writers and BIPOC writers. So we'll see. I guess this is going to be a pivotal week as we find out what the details of that are and whether it can be translated into progress for actors on the picket lines. We have mentioned a couple folks you brought along with you via telephone. Let's start with Samuel Wright. Good morning, Samuel, a member organizer with the LABWC Black Worker Center. From what I've observed over the years, not only creates opportunity for African American and other Black workers, it also seems to help nurture a cadre of organizers. Sam, are you one of those?
Yes, I am, Dominique. How you doing? Good morning.
Good morning.
So my name is Samuel Rice, R-I-C-E, and I'm a part of the Black Worker Center, LA Black Work Center. And what we do is reach out to the different peoples in the community, namely Black, to try to give them a little help and focus and direction in gaining a career, not just a job. And we also have different pathways and resources within the group for the youth, as well as those of us who are aging and getting along, and just the many things that we need to address. I would say the Black Worker Center really does it for me and the community. So I'm happy to be a part of that.
How did you connect with LABWC? And how did you become not just connected, but passionate about this work?
You know what? It was just an eye-opener on things that I really had in my heart. So I got with the LA Black Work Center through Southwest College. They were gathering people for their Ready to Work boot camp. But once I tapped in with them, I found out that they had groups within the group that, so I stuck around naturally because they was addressing more than just the job epidemic. They were addressing things that pertain to just the community in general, for as the voting. They got a political education group. They got stewards councils, member-led committees. And I just tapped in with them because everything about it just said positivity. And as a Black man, we have limitations on where we can reach or tap into. So when I seen them, they were just addressing so many things. I just stuck around.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. It's not like a job fair where you just go and someone says, "Here, apply here, wear a tie, don't cuss." It's more. It's an organizing effort that has to do with rights, discrimination, and opportunities, real opportunities, along with preparation for Black workers.
Correct. Just Black people in general. Like I said, they address so many things beyond that anybody who, the main goal is, once you get with us, is for you to stick around so you can just continue the journey, and we can build in membership. And that way you'll have people to lean on and other resources that you might need along the way to keep you grounded.
I want to bring in another member organizer with the Los Angeles Black Workers Center, Julia Smith. Good morning.
Good morning, Dominique. Good morning. Peace and love and power to the people.
All of that. So when we talk about power to the people, sometimes these things can seem like slogans. What are the things that you feel like the work that you're doing, says or impacts that goes beyond just like a slogan? That's where you can see it making a difference.
That's a very good question. I'm a proud member of the Los Angeles Black Workers Center, and the reason I'm so proud of the work and the staff is because we are bringing awareness to the crisis. The state of Black America in Los Angeles is in an emergency, and there's so many things that we need to fight against. But fighting for jobs is definitely not the only answer, but it is a solution to improving mental health, improving the homeless, discrimination. We're basically asking we're fighting to deliver justice.
Yeah.
And I also, yes, absolutely. And Sam and Jeremaiah and all of the staff, they're so talented, and it takes a lot of research and strategy to get a seat at the table. And we want to, thank the staff and the members and the elected officials who have given us a seat at the table and have said yes.
All right, it's time for news, traffic, and sports, and we'll continue the conversation, what's going on around here locally, certainly what's going on with labor and the role that the LABWC is playing. You're invited in. It's KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
I'm Ray Harris, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network.
I'm hoping that all of the writers get what they deserve, and then it also opens the door for SAG to also get what they deserve in their negotiations. Because the things that we're asking for, it's not a whole lot.
Negotiations for striking Hollywood writers and the major TV and film studios met over the weekend and possibly have a deal. The Writers Guild of America says its organization needs to ratify an agreement. Over 11,000 WGA members have been on strike since May. The Guild wants a new 3-year film and TV contract. SAG-AFTRA member Edwin Blinn.
I think the greed may be going away, and they're realizing that they're losing as much money as the writers are, and then hopefully SAG members will be next.
And that's the latest. I'm Ray Harris on your home for 24/7 news, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles lets you choose from your fave 4, including a sausage or egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, or medium hot coffee. Limited time only during breakfast hours. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
I'm a bad man. The Chargers get their first win of the season. They win by 4 at Minnesota. A monster game for wide receiver Keenan Allen and quarterback Justin Herbert. 18 catches for 215 yards for Allen. He also threw a 49-yard touchdown pass to wide receiver Mike Williams. Herbert was 40 of 47 for 405 yards and 3 TDs. The Rams are at Cincinnati tonight, 5:15 kickoff on ESPN. This could be an interesting week for USC coach Lincoln Riley. The Trojans play at Colorado Saturday morning. The previous 2 coaches who went up against Colorado coach Deion Sanders, Oregon's Dan Lanning and Jay Norvell of Colorado State, both of them took time to do some trash talking aimed at Sanders. We'll keep tabs on Riley this week to see if he does the same thing. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
Applications are now being accepted for the City of Los Angeles Emergency Renters Assistance Program. The program provides up to 6 months of rental arrears to low-income residential renters who are at risk of homelessness due to unpaid rent as a result of COVID-19 or other financial hardship. Applications will not be accepted after 6 p.m. on October 2nd, 2023. Go online 24/7 at housing.lacity.org or call 888-379-3150 from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and see if you qualify. Apply today.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right. Y'all gotta try that Febreze car. Just right, just right, just right. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistency, on low Febreze car clips right on your vent. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face when it smells just right, just right, just right. Breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Ew, gotta get rid of this old Backstreet Boys t-shirt.
Tell me why.
Because it stinks, boys.
Tell me why.
I've washed it so many times, but the odor won't come out.
Tell me why.
No, you tell me why I can't get rid of this odor.
Have you tried new Downy Rinse and Refresh? It doesn't just cover up odors, it helps remove them.
Wow, it worked, guys.
Yeah.
Downy Rinse and Refresh removes more odor in one wash than the leading value detergent in 3 washes. Find it wherever you buy laundry products.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DePrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yep, starting off the week with the full house. We've got Jeremiah Gordon, Samuel Rice, and Julia Smith with the Black Worker Center, the Los Angeles branch, with me via telephone. And if you want to see me, I'm by my lonesome here on YouTube, KBLA 1580. Just tune in, and we are actually streaming all day long. While you're there, please hit the like, hit the subscribe, show KBLA some love, love, love. It does make a difference, and we appreciate you. Know that you guys are busy adding to the conversation in the chat room. Remember, we are also doing the thing on all the socials. We're at KBLA 1580 on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and you can just like, follow, and subscribe. I'm there too, DePrima Radio, DIPRIMA, then radio. And yes, I even have a YouTube channel. So, Jeremiah, let's talk about what it takes. I think we've lost Julia, but hopefully she will call us back. Talk to me about what it takes for someone to become a member and, and be part of. Not all members are organizers. Many are just sort of getting behind the different campaigns, taking part of the part in the services, i.e., ready for work or whatever organizing initiatives are going on. So tell me, like, how people can get involved on that level, and why is that important?
Right. So the way folks can get involved is really just contacting me. I could put my phone number and my email out there at some point in time, but folks would contact me and I would be able to give their information to an organizer and organizer follow up. And they would just have a conversation, right? Like a one-on-one conversation to really understand this person's story and how their story connects with the broader issue of the Black jobs crisis. And then we can involve them in our committee structures. We can involve them in our campaigns. We literally just had a member appreciation event a few weeks ago where we had about 50 members come out and be celebrated for their hard work and dedication to the organization. So we have all types of things that are going on here at the Black Workers Center. Folks can get involved by attending our Know Your Rights training that we're having on October the 14th via Zoom. So there's a lot of things that we have going on that folks get involved with. But the reason why it's important is because we need to build Black worker justice. Black people need to come together. Black workers need to come together to fight this issue that's been going on for generations. The Black jobs crisis did not start yesterday. It began hundreds of years ago before you and I were even thought of. And we need to organize around that. We need to build Black worker power, because if we don't come together and advocate and fight for ourselves, then we're going to continue to be discriminated against. We're going to continue to be left behind, the first to be hired and the last to be fired. Oh, the first to be fired and last to be hired.
Mm-hmm.
And unless Black people don't come together, like these issues are never going to be resolved. So that's the reason why it's important. We need to fight this anti-Black system that continues to oppress us on a day-to-day basis, and we need to come together to do that.
Yeah. It is. It's been. I feel like it's been a period of time of a lot of victories and a lot of setbacks. I mean, with the teachers and SEIU Local 99 getting quick and what appear to be really strong deals on the one hand, and then what I, would consider a setback. The governor vetoing a bill that was meant to ensure that there were humans in these giant trucks that are driving around, that self-driving trucks, in other words, anything over 10,000 pounds, whether it's a UPS delivery truck to a big rig, that it has to have a human being on board. The governor vetoed that. I think that's bad news for workers, meaning fewer jobs, but also drivers. Just after spending a little bit of time in San Francisco, where I was, on a road where one of those self-driving little, mini cars that's like a ride-share type deal, it stopped, traffic stops. You can't start it. There's no human being there. It's just sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
I think about the implications for a 10,000-pound big rig. That's really worrisome. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, my little sister goes to San Francisco State, so yeah, I go up there too, and I'll be seeing those cars. It is a bit scary, like you're like walking around, and somebody's not a live human being out in the car, so it is a bit scary. Yeah, so definitely with that, right? Just more problems that Black people have to face, because now we're not only competing with human beings, now we have to compete with AI. We have to compete with the fast-growing technology of the future. So yeah, definitely. My thoughts are just simply Black people again are having another setback upon having to get a job, right? Truck driving jobs have historically gone to Black people and working class folks. And they were able to sustain themselves off being truck drivers, being drivers. And it's just another setback for Black workers. Another setback that we just faced was our bill going into a two-year, right? So we, Loma Smallwood Cuevas introduced a bill, SB 16, that we were working on, that was trying to lift up the preemption to allow city governments to have their own offices that address employment discrimination and housing discrimination claims, and are able to levy fines and penalize companies and organizations that do in fact discriminate workers. And we, of course, Black people are the number one people who experience discrimination in the workplace. That was another setback, that it went to a 2-year, right? Like, that bill's not going to be able to be voted on and reintroduced for another 2 more years. So it's a minor setback that we also had to face as well, on top of the self-driving trucks and cars.
Yeah, I was honestly, I was a little surprised that the governor vetoed that one. But it must be also, and I don't know if if Sam and Julia, if either one of you want to weigh in on this, it must be wild to have the founder of the LA Black Workers Center now in the state legislature, as you mentioned, Jeremiah. Lola Smallwood Cuevas, state senator, is now, is the founder, actually one of the original members of the LA Black Workers Center. And her perspective, that black worker lens, definitely does not seem to have left her going into the legislature. Jeremiah, Sam, Julia, you want to weigh in?
I'm right here. Julia texted me saying that she was back on. Hopefully she could respond. But
I'm here.
Yeah, it's great to have Lola and to have a seat in public office, because she's one of the few people that go extremely hard for black workers, not only on a policy level, but on a program level, creating different opportunities for black workers. So it's honestly a blessing to have Lola in there, because she's extremely relentless when it comes to advocating for black workers. And she's very intentional on how to bring them into spaces, and constantly lifting up black workers in every aspect of her own existence. So yeah, it's amazing to have Lola, who was our founder of one of the founders of Black Workers, are going to be in public office helping us advocate for black worker rights.
Yeah, I mean, you always got to wonder, when lawmakers, when they leave, especially community organizers like our mayor, who start organizations and they go into the lawmaking sector, are they going to be able to keep those values, or will they sort of blend in with what's happening? Julia, I feel like we were talking about, your commitment and your experience with LA Black Workers Center, why it's making an impact, and I wanted to let you finish those thoughts.
Yes, this is a great time for activism. We have great leaders, people like yourself who are using their platform to bring awareness. And when all of these things are happening, when you have, the people, the legislature, people using their platforms, it encourages us and gives us hope that change can happen, and it's happening. And so it's so important that we have legislature and elected officials who hear our cries and do their jobs and respond. So, I just hope that your listeners enjoy, this conversation and will stand with us so we can continue our work.
Yeah, so what does stand with us look like?
Justice.
What does stand with us mean specifically, other than just, in our minds we think, oh, that's cool.
Right. No, exactly. At the height of the civil rights movement, black folks were involved in organizations and associations, the Black Panther Party, the Southern Christian Leadership Group, they're still here. Activism, some people think it's been dormant. It has not. Activists have been here. We're not going anywhere. And so what membership, when I say stand with us, I mean, become a member. Even if you don't have time, you don't have time to write the letters to city council, you don't have time to protest with us. The membership helps us, keep our lights on in our headquarters, helps us get water. It gives us the support that we need, because unfortunately elected officials, they don't make moves and they don't respond unless they hear the outcry. And we should all be in outrage. And because we're all frustrated. So when you become a member and you stand with us, you just give us the momentum that we need to deliver the justice, worker justice.
Sam, Jeremiah, and Julia joining me this morning, representing the Los Angeles Black Worker Center, and what this environment looks like right now for black people who want not just crappy jobs, but living wage or career level jobs so that we can actually afford to live around here. Continuing that conversation when we come forward, only on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580 is an intervention. When we come forward, includes you. KBLA Talk 1580, turning pain into power.
The Los Angeles Urban League helps African American and others in underserved communities achieve true social parity, economic self-reliance, and civil rights. For over 100 years, Los Angeles Urban League has ensured our communities have access to careers with living wages, opportunities to start and grow businesses, and clear pathways to personal and professional growth. Programs like BizCamp, Construction Career Academy, Bob Business Ready, and B-Warp. The Black Wealth Attainment and Retention Program are examples of the ongoing events designed to make our centennial mission to rebuild Black Wall Street right here in LA a reality. To sign up for our newsletter or to support the Los Angeles Urban League with your time, talent, and donations, visit laul.org. That's laul.org. The Los Angeles Urban League is a proud sponsor of Urban Family Focus, Saturdays at 7 a.m. on KBLA Talk 1580.
Anyone can choose to make a difference. You can help people succeed, rebuild after disasters, protect the environment, or feed the hungry. Not only will you make a difference for others, but for yourself. You can earn money for college, learn career skills, and make friendships that last a lifetime. Make a difference. Choose your future. Choose AmeriCorps.
Find the brands, inspiration, and great value you need to own your style at Macy's VIP sale, going on now. Use your coupon or Macy's card and take an extra 30% off fall trends and updates. Plus 15% off go-to beauty, skincare, and fragrances. Plus shop specials and find great deals on top brands at Macy's VIP sale. Savings off regular sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
To some, this might sound like a typical family dog. But at Dog Chow, we know that for a veteran suffering from PTSD, this could be the sound of life-saving therapy.
Thanks, Betty.
That's why we've made it our mission to connect every military hero in need with a canine hero of their own. To learn about the simple ways you can help Dog Chow in our mission, visit dogchow.com/veterans.
Reggie was a nurse for 16 years.
I had become very burnt out. I wasn't making good money.
Then it happened.
There was an ad for My Computer Career, and it just spoke to me.
My Computer Career was the best decision he ever made.
I could study anywhere from my laptop, and I was working in the first couple weeks of me being in class.
Reggie hit a home run.
The field is teeming with jobs.
Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
The school is amazing.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu. This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
To boldly go where no man has gone before.
Boldly taking talk radio where it has never gone before. New vistas, new voices, new views, new visions, new victories. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we're taking public media black. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 joins you in standing for education as a right, not a privilege. Charles R. Drew University of Medicine and Science is a private, non-profit, community-founded, student-centered university committed to cultivating diverse health profession leaders who are dedicated to social justice and health equity for underserved populations. CDU does this through outstanding education, clinical service, and community engagement. Recently, Charles Drew University made history by opening only the 5th medical school at an historically black university. Congratulations, South LA, and congratulations to the dean of the medical school, Dr. Deborah Protho-Stith. CDU is now training doctors and providing $90 million in annual economic benefit to Watts and surrounding neighborhoods. To apply for medical school, get more information, or sign your child up for the Junior Doctors Saturday School program, visit cdrewu.edu. That's cdrewu.edu. At KBLA, we are dedicated to equity in education and ending healthcare apartheid. And we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580, where everybody is somebody and nobody is a stranger. You belong here.
You know, members of the Black Worker Center joining me this morning, Jeremiah Gordon, Samuel Rice, and Julia Smith joining by phone. And when we look at this period of labor activism that we are in, and I'm hoping that it's going to continue in terms of fostering the rise of more union jobs and more union members in this country, a resurgence, if you will. It's a reminder that for many Black workers, my own grandfather included, that ability to join a union or become part of an organized labor effort has made the difference between poverty and becoming part of the middle class, or at least working class. And so it seems more urgent for Black workers than anyone else. But even in outside the union space, I'm thinking about Tesla, right, which is not unionized and is now facing one of the biggest, I think the biggest racial discrimination cases ever in the history of the state of California, with Rob Bonta bringing that case for the discrimination, the outright terrible treatment of Black people by Tesla, even though we love to drive those cars. At the factories, being segregated into sections called a plantation, given the worst jobs, the hardest, most dangerous, low-paying jobs. Last week we heard that Black employees at TikTok, of all places, are saying they face discrimination, even though Black content has elevated that platform. As usual, we've got at least one Black employee at TikTok who's taken her case all the way to the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. And there's another employee who filed a class action suit against TikTok last week. So talk to me about, the interaction between this organizing that's going on in the union space and what seems like an increase in discrimination against Black workers that's leading to these kinds of legal actions. I don't know. Sam, do you want to take that on, or Jeremiah?
Well, in actuality, I just think that in those situations, I feel like as Blacks, we gotta use our voices when we're in the proper positions. Now, us people who suffering from lack of or really not getting the credibility, it's kind of one of them situations. Until we hold the seat that matters, it's going to continue to happen.
When you say the seat that matters, what are you thinking of?
Like the ownership. You know what I mean? We need ownership roles, supervisor roles, just the seats that make the rules, not just be somebody who's on the ship. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't know exactly what you mean. Jeremiah, you mentioned this idea, of Black workers, pushing back in terms of unions and how you're starting to see progress where there are some unions, and I'm going to call out some of our Hollywood unions, specifically below the line, that have not been as welcoming to Black workers. And some folks say that about the hotel workers union. Certainly there's been conversation about more Black people getting jobs in those hotel workers unions, those below the line entertainment unions. You say that we're seeing progress. What do you attribute that to, and give me, and how are you measuring it?
Yeah, I mentioned progress particularly with Unite here in Lane, because they have made sure that Black workers and the stories are at the forefront of the hotel worker strike. But in general, like I said before, unions, a lot of them are anti-Black. They do have they practice a lot of anti-Black rhetoric, and their members feel that, right? Now, a lot of Black people might come out and they might say they love their union because of the benefits that come with it. and the opportunities that also come with being a part of the union, right? So, like, we can't sit up here and say that unions are not beneficial for black workers. Like, they are extremely beneficial for black workers, but that doesn't mean that the anti-blackness doesn't exist in those unions, right? Where black people do feel neglected upon their voices in that union. They are being denied the opportunities to go get work at, if they do get put on like a do not hire list, they could go to the union and try to be placed, but it might be prolonged, right? Or if they do experience some type of discrimination in the workplace, the union might just send them to a different location and not actually address the issue. So there's a lot of anti-blackness that does occur in those unions. But again, like, there has been progress been made in some areas, but anti-blackness is going to be here tomorrow. It's going to be here the next day. And this is the reason why the Black Worker Center exists, because we're trying to fight that anti-blackness that exists within the workplace, so that way black people that don't have to experience that anymore.
Whether it's a union, a non-union, maybe soon to be a union. Yeah. So it's not just about finding jobs. It's also about being able to push back that discrimination, whether you're at Tesla, TikTok, or, Yahtzee.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and we
go
do
ahead.
have a legal clinic too.
Go ahead, Jeremiah.
Right. So we have free legal aid services that we work in partnership with the legal aid at work, where you get free legal advice from lawyers and also law students. It's for free. It's once a month, every first Tuesday of the month, and we have folks who come down, whether that's either on the phone or in person, and people will give you free legal advice. So I advise people who are working at Tesla or SpaceX. So we have members who work at SpaceX and they experience tons of anti-blackness and discrimination at SpaceX. We've had people who have voiced to us in various different job sectors that they experience some type of form of discrimination or microaggressions. Our next legal clinic is going to be on October 10th. That's going to be on the phone or in person from 6:30 to 8:30 at night. And folks can come and get some free legal advice, so they can hit me up, and we can definitely get them,
real quick. We're almost out of time here, Jeremiah, but you said you want to give out your phone number, and I know I think it's LABWC.org. And what's your phone number?
Yeah, so my BWC phone number is 213-563-9705. Again, that's 213-563-9705. People can text me. I prefer text because I don't want too many people calling me because it's going to be crazy. But text me and I can give people's information to our organizers. Or they can go ahead and email me at jgordon, that's the letter J, Gordon is Gordon, at LABWC.org. Again, Gordon.
We're out of time here, but Jeremiah Gordon, Samuel Rice, and Julia Smith, thank you so much for joining us. It's LABlackWorkerCenter.org. I'm Dominique DePrima, KBLA, Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Ray Harris, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network.
I'm hoping that all of the writers get what they deserve, and then it also opens the